In this video, we're going to show you the perfect itinerary for Florence. One of the questions we get asked most is how many days to stay in the city. To see the bare basics, you need 2 full days. But to do it calmly, visit the museums, and climb the dome, we recommend at least 4 full days. That's why we've prepared a super complete 4-day itinerary with the best of Florence. We've grouped the sites by area so you don't waste time. If you have less time, you can combine day 2 and day 3. But it will be a marathon. So let's get started. When is the best time to visit Florence? In our opinion, the best times are spring, between April and June, and fall, in September and October. The temperatures are mild, perfect for walking, and the light in Tuscany is beautiful. We strongly recommend avoiding the months of July and August. It's summer, and the heat in Florence is very intense and humid. The city gets unbearably crowded with tourists, and the lines, even for ticket holders, get worse. Winter, from November to March, is cold and damp, but it's the least crowded and cheapest time, great for seeing the museums calmly. So, how will our 4-day itinerary work? The idea is to use Florence as a single base, staying at the same hotel. The secret to Florence is walking. The city is compact, flat, and made for it. And most importantly, do not rent a car. The center is closed to vehicles, and the fines are extremely high. We'll divide the days by themes. 1 day for reconnaissance and views, 1 day for the Duomo and the David, 1 day for the art of the Uffizi and the Oltrarno neighborhood, and a final day for markets and churches. Now, let's get to the day-by-day plan. Day 1, arrival, views, and the heart of Florence. Take the first day to arrive. You'll likely arrive by train at the Santa Maria Novella station, coming from Rome or Milan walk, or take a taxi to your hotel. Spend the afternoon on a recognition walk. Start at Piazza del Duomo to get the first impact of the cathedral. It's breathtaking. From there, walk down Via dei Calzaioli, the main street, to Piazza della Signoria. This is the Civic Square, a free open-air museum. See the replica of the David in front of the Palazzo Vecchio and admire the sculptures in the Loggia dei Lanzi. Continue walking and you'll reach the Ponte Vecchio, the medieval bridge full of jewelry shops across the Arno River. In the late afternoon, let's go for the best view of the city. Take bus number 12 or 13 or a taxi. As the climb is long, go to Piazzale Michelangelo. It's a square on top of a hill with a breathtaking view of Florence. Perfect for sunset. It's free. For dinner, walk down from the square and eat in the San Niccolò neighborhood, which is right below. It's a less touristy area with great trattorias. Day 2, Michelangelo's David and the Duomo's Dome. Today is for seeing Florence's 2 greatest masterpieces, and you will need tickets bought months in advance. Start the day at the Accademia Gallery. The ticket costs 16 euros, and you must buy it for a specific time slot on the internet. The reason to go is singular: to see the original statue of David by Michelangelo. It's a 5-meter-tall statue of a perfection that doesn't seem real. Set aside 1 or 2 hours here. From there, walk to the Mercato Centrale. The ground floor is a traditional market, and the top floor is an incredible food hall. It's the perfect place for lunch. Eat some fresh pasta or a sandwich. A great option nearby is Trattoria Zaza. It's a classic restaurant, super famous for its truffle pastas. A dish costs about 20 euros, and you need to make a reservation. In the afternoon, let's go to the Duomo, the Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore. Entry to the cathedral is free, but the line is long. What you can't miss is the Brunelleschi Pass. It's the full ticket that costs 30 euros. It gives you the right to climb the dome. The climb is long, over 460 steps through narrow corridors, but the view is unforgettable. You must book your time slot to climb the dome online months in advance, as time slots sell out very fast. The pass also includes Giotto's Bell Tower and the Baptistery. Staying in a good area will make your trip much easier. You'll be close to all these tourist spots. The good news is that Florence is small and the historic center is all flat, perfect for walking. The best area for tourists is in the historic center, anywhere between the Duomo and Piazza della Signoria. The advantage is that you'll be in the heart of everything. The disadvantage is that it's the most expensive and touristy area. A more practical option is to stay near the Santa Maria Novella station. The hotels here are a bit cheaper, and you'll be right next to the train and bus stations, which makes logistics very easy. Our favorite region is Oltrarno, which is on the other side of the river. It's the Santo Spirito and San Niccolò neighborhood. It's more authentic, quieter at night, and has the best local restaurants and bars. We created this custom map, which explains exactly which is the best region. If you stay in this marked area, you can't go wrong. We'll leave the link to this map here, on the QR code on the screen, and in the video description. We created it on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. There, you can put in your travel dates and see all the hotel options within that location, at the lowest prices. We'll also leave links to the hotels where we've stayed. There's one that is very cheap and super well located near the station, and another that's a bit nicer. In Oltrarno, they are great options. An important tip to save on lodging is the advanced booking strategy. The earlier you book your hotel, the less you will pay. This is why we love using this website. Besides having the lowest prices, It has free cancellation for almost all hotels. You can book as early as possible to guarantee a much lower price. And if you need to cancel later, it's super easy and costs nothing. And remember that in the link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip for the best price. The sites we use to plan our trips, and that have everything much cheaper. Travel eSIM, travel insurance at half price, tickets for all attractions, good and cheap hotels we've stayed at, cheap car rentals, and the global account to carry money paying much lower fees. And the links already contain automatic discounts, as we are always updating them. So save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. Day 3. In the morning, visit the most important painting museum in the world, the Uffizi Gallery. This is where Botticelli's The Birth of Venus and Spring are, along with works by Leonardo da Vinci. It's a huge museum. Set aside at least 3 to 4 hours. The ticket costs €25. And, just like the David and the Dome, you must buy it well in advance with a timed entry. For lunch, let's give you the tip for the most famous sandwich in Florence, all'antico vinaio. It's a paninoteca on a street right behind the Uffizi. The lines are gigantic, but they move fast. They make enormous sandwiches on schiacciata bread, filled with cured meats and cheeses. A sandwich costs about €10 and is a full meal. In the afternoon, cross the Ponte Vecchio and explore the Oltrarno neighborhood. It's the most authentic and bohemian part of Florence. Visit the Palazzo Pitti, the former residence of the Medici. The palace is huge and now houses several museums. The main ticket costs €16 and gives access to the Palatine Gallery. Behind the palace are the Boboli Gardens, a beautiful Renaissance park full of statues and fountains. It's a great place to walk and relax. At night, have dinner in Oltrarno. We recommend Osteria Santo Spirito, famous for its truffle gnocchi. A dinner there costs about €35 per person, and you need a reservation. Day 4. Markets, Santa Croce, and shopping. Start the morning at the San Lorenzo Market. It's a giant street market selling leather jackets, bags, and belts. The quality varies a lot, so do your research and bargain. Afterward, walk to the Basilica of Santa Croce. It's a beautiful Gothic church known as the Pantheon of Florence. This is where the tombs of famous Italians like Michelangelo, Galileo, and Machiavelli are. The ticket to visit the church and cloisters costs €8. For lunch, head back to the Mercato Centrale. The ground floor is a real market, great for buying gastronomic souvenirs like truffle oil, pecorino cheeses, and wines. In the afternoon, it's time for shopping. If you want luxury, the street is Via de Tornabuoni. That's where you'll find Gucci, Prada, and Salvatore Ferragamo. If you want an outlet, the most famous is the Mall Firenze. It's about 40 minutes from Florence. There are direct buses that leave from the bus station and cost about €15 round trip. It has luxury stores like Gucci and Fendi at big discounts. For your farewell dinner, you must try the bistecca alla fiorentina. We recommend the restaurant Buca Lapi. It's a historic restaurant in the basement of a palace, famous for serving one of the best steaks in the city. It's expensive. A bistecca for 2 will cost over €100, but it's an unforgettable experience. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. Buying on the spot is always more expensive, and the most famous tourist spots like the Duomo Dome, the Uffizi Gallery, and the Accademia with David sell out weeks or months in advance. You cannot visit Florence without reservations. We'll leave the link on the QR code on the screen and in the description to the site, where we always buy tickets and tours for the best price. It's the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Skip the line tickets for the Uffizi, timed entry tickets for the Duomo Dome and the David, and guided city tours, all at the best price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. Now let's talk about transportation, reinforcing it. The best way to get around Florence is on foot. The historic center is compact and flat. You won't need a metro, which doesn't exist in the center. Use a local bus or taxi only to go up to Piazzale Michelangelo or to the train station with luggage. Do not rent a car in Florence. The entire center is a ZTL, or limited traffic zone. If you drive in, a camera will log your plate and you will receive a hefty fine on your credit card months later. About travel insurance. Essential and mandatory to enter Europe. You need coverage of €30,000. Use the comparator in the link in the description to save money. Quick shopping tips. Leather at the San Lorenzo Market, but bargain. Gold on the Ponte Vecchio, the luxury outlet. The mall. Firenze is a 40-minute bus ride away. And remember, tax-free on purchases over €70. Validate at your last airport in Europe. And for those who are new here to the channel, welcome. Subscribe and like the video for more tips. And how much does it cost to eat in Florence? The city is touristy, but food is cheaper than in Rome or Venice. A Big Mac combo costs €11. Water at a restaurant is expensive. Ask for a carafe d'eau, which is free tap water. Ask for the vino della casa, the house wine. A half-liter carafe costs about €6. A giant sandwich at all'antico vinaio costs €10. A mid-range dinner costs €30 to €40 per person. And remember the coperto, the table charge of €2 or €3. The tip is not obligatory. And what to do at night? The the nightlife in Florence is calm. The best neighborhood for the evening is Oltrarno. The squares Piazza Santo Spirito and Piazza del Carmine fill up with young people and locals drinking wine at bars like Volume or Pop Cafe. And if you're traveling with children, they'll love the antique carousel in the Piazza della Repubblica. Climbing the Duomo's dome is a great adventure. The Leonardo da Vinci Museum, near the Duomo, is super interactive, with replicas of his machines they can touch. And to combine your trip, Florence is the perfect base. From the train station, you are just 90 minutes from Rome. You're 2 hours from Venice and 2 hours from Milan. You can also take a 1-hour regional train to Pisa or a 90-minute bus to Siena. If you liked this detailed Florence itinerary, like the video and subscribe to our channel. Leave your questions in the comments. Thank you very much and have a great trip.